My precious child, listen closely. The moment is now. Every second you hesitate, I am already at work transforming your destiny. I have stirred the depths of your soul, and a miracle is about to unfold that will forever change your life. Will you step forward in faith and embrace the boundless love and restoration I offer, or let this precious opportunity slip away? I'm speaking to you now with a gentle voice that reaches into the deepest places of your heart, for I see every hidden longing within you. Always remember that you were formed out of an endless love, with purpose woven into every part of who you are. Pause for a moment and sense my presence around you, as soft as a morning breeze. When you breathe in, welcome my spirit into your mind and soul. When you exhale, release the burdens that have weighed you down. Picture yourself beside calm waters, liberated from the worries of days gone by. Let your heart open wide, for I am here, ready to fill every emptiness with a pure love that drives out fear. No matter how often you have felt alone, misunderstood, or adrift, I have remained by your side. Lean on me, and I will guide you to the refuge and comfort your soul longs to find. Do you notice that gentle song of hope rising within you? That tender melody is my spirit, reminding you that in communion with me, peace and courage take root. Never forget that my arms are always outstretched to hold and embrace you. Allow yourself to be cherished by me, no conditions, no reservations, and no shadows of guilt or shame. I have witnessed the tears you've shed in the quiet hours, offering you words of solace even when no one else saw your pain. There is no need to earn my approval. Before you ever drew breath, I had already chosen to favor you. With loving care, I shaped every detail of your life. Come to me with your questions, fears, and dreams, and I will lead you toward healing and transformation. In my presence, there is a healing balm you won't find anywhere else. While the world distracts you with temporary comforts, I offer eternal restoration. Let past regrets and worries slip away as you rest in my hands. I do not keep track of your failures. Instead, I see you through eyes of compassion and infinite possibility. Even when you find it hard to grasp how valuable you are to me, remember that I paid a great price for you, and my greatest desire is to watch you flourish in spirit. When you face trials, they are not sent to crush you, but to remind you of your need for me. In those moments, my strength steps in where your weakness begins, and my wisdom guides you to overcome challenges that seem insurmountable. Will you welcome this truth today? My word serves as a steadfast lamp, lighting your way forward into new realms of hope. Sometimes you might feel like a tiny seed buried in the darkness, forgotten and unseen, yet in that very darkness, true growth starts. I nourish you with living water, driving your roots of faith deeper and giving them strength. Soon enough, you will break through that soil to greet the sunlight of new life. Don't fear what happens beneath the surface. Even when you believe nothing is changing, I am coordinating miracles within your soul. Stay firmly planted in my love. Storms will come, but those grounded in me will not be carried off by the winds of adversity. Let me speak to you about acceptance and belonging. Many search the world over to find their worth, hoping to catch it in someone else's words or in brief circumstances. But I assure you, your value is secure in knowing that I, the Lord of creation, have called you mine. Your identity is not rooted in past mistakes or in the criticism of others. Instead, it is found in the reflection of my love that illuminates every part of you. Once you grasp this, no insult, betrayal, or rejection can truly wound your spirit. You will walk with dignity because you walk hand in hand with the one who set the stars in the sky. Words hold great power, my child. Align your speech with the promises I have spoken over your life, and you will witness mountains moving, obstacles falling away. Never underestimate the authority I've bestowed on you through faith. Keep in mind that faith isn't about immediate results. It's about trusting what you cannot yet see. Speak hope over yourself, your family, and over every area that once caused you pain. Declare my victory before you feel it, and watch hope bloom like flowers after a spring rain. You will not be humiliated. for I take delight in fulfilling every good promise. When loneliness creeps in during quiet moments, do not shrink back into darkness. Run into my embrace instead. I am your eternal refuge, a strong tower unshaken by the passing of time. When you pray, pour out every emotion and thought without holding back. I'm not startled by your pain, your anger, or your deepest questions. I welcome each aspect of who you are, even the parts you want to hide. Let prayer become the lifeline that keeps your heart connected to mine. Through this connection, you will hear my gentle voice reminding you that you never struggle alone. Perhaps you wonder if you've strayed too far for me to bring you back. But hear me clearly. No valley is so deep that my presence can't reach you. I am the good shepherd who leaves the many to find the one who has wandered. I'm calling your name tenderly, urging you to return. Even if you feel lost in a wilderness of wrong decisions, I will guide you back home and celebrate your return with unbounded joy. Your brokenness doesn't keep me away. In fact, it opens the door for me to prove how abundant my grace is. I see every scar and fracture, and I yearn to fill each one with a love more powerful than any darkness. Open your heart continually to forgiveness, both for yourself and those who have hurt you, as well as for the remnants of difficult memories. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's bravery, setting you free from the grip of bitterness. My mercy itself has no limits. Didn't I forgive you unconditionally and draw you near without judgment? Let that example sink into your being, releasing every grudge. When you do, you hold the key that unlocks the prison door, guiding you into the light, a light that brings nourishment and directs you toward restoration. Keep in mind the firm promise I made long ago. My covenant stands through every generation. From the dawn of creation, I decided that my love for you would remain unwavering. People might change or fail, but I do not. My intentions are pure, and my plans for you are always good. When I say I love you, it's a pledge without end. Place your trust in me and discover the sweetness of a love that surpasses every boundary of this world. Even if everyone close to you turns away, you can find confidence in knowing my arms are still wrapped around you. Notice how a sense of calm grows when you realize I'm in control. Every sunrise is a testament to my faithfulness, for the dark night always gives way to the morning light. I want you to live expectantly, watching for the wonders I will reveal in every corner of your life. Sometimes you'll encounter closed doors and the sting of disappointment, but recognize that I often use these moments to steer you toward much greater things. What seems like loss can become a stepping stone that leads you to abundant blessings. Let go of what I've removed and open your hands to receive what I have prepared next. Allow me to fortify your spirit when trials and temptations come. You do not stand alone. My Holy Spirit dwells within you, ready to provide the strength you need. You are never without protection. Wear the armor I've given you: truth, righteousness, faith, salvation, and the sword of my word. Stand firm, knowing no enemy can defeat those who fight under my banner of love. Even if you trip along the way, I'll lift you up. Perfection isn't required, only a heart that depends on my power. When storms roar, remember that I am the one who stills the wind and waves with a single command. Your life is infinitely precious to me, and your tomorrow is safe in my care. Still, I urge you to live each day with gratitude and courage, free from the chains of tomorrow's worries. Each morning invites you to grow closer to me, to develop the gifts I have placed in you. Trust me in every detail, no matter how small. Though you might not see the entire tapestry now, one day you will marvel at how I've woven every thread of your experience into a masterpiece of grace. In my plan, no season is wasted or fruitless if it's offered up in love and in my name. Take a slow, deep breath of serenity. Let my presence soothe every anxious thought. As you surrender, you allow me to bring renewed energy to your spirit. Align your mind with my promises instead of the uncertainties of life around you. When negativity tries to root itself in your thoughts, uproot it with the truth of my endless love. Remember, you are never on this path alone. I have sent heavenly guardians to watch over you. Even when the way looks murky, place your trust in my guidance. I will gently show you the path forward, and you will flourish like a garden well fed by living water. Recall the dreams that once stirred your heart, the ones you felt were impossible given your circumstances. Do you think those dreams were planted in you by chance? I delight in giving you desires that align with my will, for they reveal my glory in a world so full of doubt. If you believe that I can bring them to life in the right season, you will witness miracles. Certainly, obstacles and giants will arise, but never forget how David overcame Goliath with a simple stone in my strength. In the same way, every challenge that seems insurmountable will collapse before your perseverance and my boundless power. Let your words be a healing force, filled with kindness and encouragement, even when you stand in hostile places. Consider how bitter, angry words can corrode the soul, while gracious and compassionate words open doors to reconciliation. I have endowed you with the ability to bring blessings through the words you speak. Strive to speak life into every dialogue, believing I can soften even the hardest hearts. Some people may not understand the hope living within you, but do not let that dishearten you. Keep shining, because light always penetrates the darkness, unveiling my presence to those who long for truth. When you pause to reflect, remember the times I carried you when you believed all was lost. When your strength was gone, it was my hand sustaining you. Let these memories serve as milestones of hope, proving I have never failed you. In your hardest moments, hold on to these recollections to renew your faith. Let them become stepping stones to even greater miracles. Like a bird perched at the end of a branch, you might be afraid of falling, but I will be the wind beneath your wings. Take comfort. Under my watchful eye, you cannot truly fall. I am building a strong, unshakable foundation for you, centered on the reality that I am forever faithful and ever true. Stand on this firm ground and let your soul overflow with praise, for worship lifts you above every challenge. Praise snaps the chains of despair, bringing you into my presence, where clarity and revelations flourish. Don't hesitate to express gratitude. Thank me for the blessings you see and for those still unfolding. This posture of thankfulness opens the gates to multiplied blessings, shifting your view from limitation to my limitless love and provision. If your heart has grown heavy because of unfulfilled expectations, offer that weight to me. I know how disappointment stings. Didn't I weep for my friend Lazarus even though I knew I held the power to raise him? Your tears matter to me. I don't shame you for your sorrow. Instead, I invite you to lay it in my arms. Much is happening behind the curtain, more than you'll ever know. I ask you to trust me beyond the reach of your eyes and beyond what your mind can figure out. Those things you see as endings may actually be vital transitions into a more beautiful phase of your story. When people resist or reject you, be they loved ones or strangers, remember your worth is found in me. I see the effort you make to please those who do not understand your calling, your dreams, or your devotion to me. Cast aside the need for their approval and focus on the unshakable joy of being fully understood and adored by me. Staying in step with my will can transform criticism into an avenue to display my grace. The more you rely on my acceptance, the less power others' opinions hold over you. Rest in the freedom of my constant, unchanging love. With the knowledge of who you are in my eyes, you will discover a new boldness. No matter how enormous the battlefield looks, step forward confidently, for I go ahead of you and stand at your side. Know that victory isn't just a possibility, it's a promise. My spirit enables you to conquer even the mightiest foes. Your prayers, spoken in faith, stir the heavens and unleash my strength. Never question the impact of a single heartfelt prayer offered with humility. In my kingdom, those who humble themselves are raised high, the last become first, and the weak are granted extraordinary power. Draw assurance from my unwavering watchfulness. Like a caring shepherd, I remain ever aware of where you are, guiding you to green pastures. If you wander off, I call you gently, sweeter than any lullaby. If you tremble, I place you on my shoulders and carry you across the rough ground. There is no valley so dark that my light cannot reach, no night so long that it will not yield to the dawn of my presence. You were designed for victory, and my love lights up the road ahead. Rejoice as you realize you were never meant to stay in brokenness. Though painful seasons come, they are not the final verdict on your life. I created you to rise, to soar, and to accomplish things beyond your imagination. My breath fills your lungs, and my image is inscribed in your being. This divine spark assures you that hope is more than a fleeting whim. It's a seed with the power to bless others around you. As you invite my guidance, you become a vessel of my grace, bringing mercy and kindness to wounded hearts, just as I have lavished mercy on you. Think about the seasons of the earth. There's a time for planting, growing, harvesting, and resting. Your life has similar rhythms. You may feel stuck in a barren season with cracked ground and no sign of new life. But dear child, stay hopeful. Beneath the surface, I am nurturing the seeds of promise, and soon my favor will rain down. Where you saw only dryness, lush growth will appear. Trust the process, even when it's hidden from your sight. My timing is always flawless, and my ways go beyond what you can grasp. Hold on to the truth that what I have sown in you will, in time, bear fruit. Every challenge gives you a choice. Focus on your own shortcomings or tap into my limitless supply. If all you see is the mountain of hardship, you will feel overwhelmed. But fix your gaze on my greatness and watch that mountain shrink. Remember how I parted the sea for Moses, brought water from a rock in the desert, toppled walls at Jericho with a shout of praise. I remain unchanged. My power is unceasing, and my heart is set upon you. I am still the God who feeds you manna in the wilderness and provides streams in the desert. Have faith. No obstacle is too strong for me to sweep aside. Fill your heart with the knowledge of my words. Let them dwell in you in abundance. When truth saturates your soul, deception loses its hold. Faith becomes the lens through which you interpret life. The adversary wants you to think you're weak and powerless, but you carry the authority to stand strong in my name. Use the sword of the Spirit, my word, to cut through every lie. Each time you proclaim a promise, you swing a blade of light that pierces the darkness. Your faith isn't just optimistic wishing, it's a divine connection to my power, a path to victory even in life's darkest valleys. I speak with tenderness to your past memories, including those burdened by guilt or regret. No road is so stained that my mercy cannot wash it clean. If there are choices you deeply regret, lay them before me. Let my redemption cover them. I can transform your greatest pains into a story of how my grace carried you. Where you once felt shame, I can build altars of praise, so you can look back and see how I turned mourning into dancing. Do not hold on to the idea that you need to punish yourself for your mistakes. That price has already been paid. Accept my forgiveness and move forward as a new creation, unbound by your old history and heading into a future packed with hope. I love it when I see you take flight like an eagle, unshackled by earthly cares. When life feels heavy, remember that I have overcome this world. Even the grave could not confine me. Resurrection power conquered death. No situation is truly hopeless before my ability to restore. I speak new life into every one of your dreams, relationships, and wounded places. Let me resurrect the things you thought were lost forever. Open your heart to fresh starts and new horizons. Dare to hope again. Dare to believe that what was lost can be reclaimed and what was shattered can be made whole. Celebrate each victory, whether large or small, because gratitude magnifies blessings. Whether you witness a minor improvement or a massive breakthrough, express your thanks to me. Recognize my hand in every detail, arranging things for your good. As you do, your viewpoint shifts from scarcity to my abundance, from fear to trust, from despair to hope. When your heart overflows with praise, no foothold remains for discouragement. The spirit of heaviness vanishes in the light of worship. This is how you conquer difficulties, not by raw strength, but by my Spirit, who brings triumph to your soul. Never doubt your worth. You are my masterpiece, crafted to imagine, to create, and to build. Your talents, passions, and abilities are divine gifts entrusted to you so you can bring my light into the world. Don't bury them in timidity or insecurity. Nurture them, share them, and watch them grow. Your gifts shine brightest in shared moments, like a candle casting warmth in a dark room. I intended for you to be an active participant in this grand story, not an onlooker. Step into the purpose I placed within you, assured that you already have every spiritual blessing needed for the task. Remember, my power is revealed most beautifully in your weaknesses. Rest confidently, knowing I hear your every prayer. Every sigh, silent plea, and audible cry reaches my throne. I'm neither distant nor indifferent. I know your needs and your desires intimately. Sometimes I answer quickly. Other times the answer seems delayed. Still, my timing is always precise, orchestrating a deeper work in your heart. When I appear silent, I am often shaping your character, refining your motives, and bringing your heart in line with mine. Trust that I will deliver exactly the grace you need, right when you need it. You don't have to see the entire road to take the next step. Walk in faith and watch me unfold a path of promise before you. Trials will inevitably come to test your endurance. Do not shrink away. Endurance, like refined gold, becomes purer each time it's tested. My goal isn't your defeat, but to see you shine with unwavering faith. In persevering, you're displaying my faithfulness both to yourself and to everyone watching. Others will witness your resilience and wonder about its source, opening a chance for you to share about my sustaining power. Never underestimate the far-reaching impact of simply remaining steadfast in me. Let's talk about broken relationships. I see the sorrow you carry when love is betrayed, when trust is shattered, or when misunderstandings lead to painful divisions. My heart grieves with yours because I designed humanity for unity and compassion. Wherever it's possible, aim to mend those bonds. Offer apologies if needed, and be generous in forgiveness. But also recognize when it's healthiest to let some bonds go if they cause ongoing harm. I will guide you to discern which connections can be restored and which must be released. Know that I am always near, ready to heal the wounds that human frailty leaves behind. Lift your eyes and notice the marvels of my creation. The sun reliably rises and sets, showcasing my steadfastness. The stars glimmer in their assigned places, reflecting the order I established. Learn from nature's patterns, for I designed them to reveal the harmony achieved in a life surrendered to me. In fierce storms, trees might bend but remain standing as long as their roots are deep. In the same way, anchor yourself in my truth so the chaos of life doesn't tear you apart. You will grow stronger, bearing fruit in every season. Never forget how precious you are to me. If you could fully grasp how deep my love runs, your insecurities would vanish. Where you see flaws, I see promise. Where you see wreckage, I see a chance for renewal. Let me shape you, trusting that my hands always work toward your highest good. Although refinement sometimes feels intense, it's during that process that impurities are drawn out. Think of how a potter shapes clay with care. I'm intimately involved in forming the masterpiece of your life. Lay aside your resistance and watch me bring forth beauty from the ashes. Let my peace stand guard over you. True peace isn't just the absence of conflict, it's the tangible presence of my spirit, soothing every storm within. Take slow, deliberate breaths and let that tranquility fill your core. As you walk in my peace, you become a steadying presence in a restless world. You do not stand on your own pride, but on complete trust in me. Others will notice, and you can lead them to the source of that peace. Indeed, my peace operates above your circumstances, securing your heart and mind as long as you keep your thoughts on me. It makes me glad to see you search for my will. Many are afraid they'll wander off my path, but if you genuinely seek my direction, I will not allow you to go astray. Stay sensitive to my soft nudge in your spirit. I often speak in whispers rather than in loud proclamations, inviting you to calm yourself and listen. Immerse yourself in my word, a lamp for your feet and a light for your journey. Within its pages, you'll uncover timeless wisdom and permanent truth. Bring your requests to me, expecting my answers to come through open doors, wise counsel, or a distinct impression upon your heart. As you draw closer to me, I draw closer to you, ensuring you'll never wander blindly. Mourn if you must over your losses and missed chances, but do not linger in sorrow. I bring comfort to those who are broken-hearted, redeeming even the years that seem wasted in unimaginable ways. Your grief can draw you closer to me if you allow it. In the depths of sorrow, I offer the oil of gladness and a garment of praise, turning sadness into dancing. Your journey does not conclude in the valley of despair. I lead you forward to mountain peaks of renewed vision. The climb may be challenging, but with each step, my grace supports you. Once you stand at the summit, you will testify that every hardship made your trust in me stronger. Reflect on the wonder of growth. A seed, though tiny, carries all it needs to become a majestic tree. Likewise, within you lie seeds of faith, hope, resilience, and compassion. Even if your faith feels small, like a mustard seed, tend it. With prayer, devotion to my word, and exposure to the light of my presence, it will blossom. Your faith will become like a sturdy tree, offering refuge to others and spreading the fruit of encouragement. So do not lose heart if your faith seems fragile or if you battle doubts. Bring what little faith you have and watch me nurture it until it flourishes, far beyond the limitations you once thought you had. When you hear voices of criticism or accusations that undermine your self-worth, remember who speaks with the final authority. My words declare life, promise, and abundant potential over you. I never speak to humiliate you, but to draw you nearer to your true calling. If labels have wounded you, let my truth replace them. You have capabilities far beyond what you see. You are more than enough, cherished more deeply than you can imagine. In my kingdom, the weak are strengthened, and those overlooked by the world find a crown of honor. Let that certainty lead you away from any sense of unworthiness. Consider the obstacles in your life: fear, guilt, physical or emotional challenges, uncertainties about your purpose. Each looming barrier tempts you to retreat. Yet, my beloved, these great barriers are also moments to see my power firsthand. Speak to these mountains with faith, telling them to move. That faith doesn't arise from your own strength, but from my Spirit living in you. So boldly speak, assured that my hand is stirred by your trust. Whether the mountain collapses immediately or slowly erodes, never doubt my power to take you higher than you ever dreamed. Now let's focus on mercy. Mercy is one of the truest reflections of my own heart. Sometimes you must show mercy to those who've hurt you deeply, or even to yourself when you've stumbled. Mercy can feel foreign because the world often urges payback. Yet I call you to mirror my own heart. Think about the countless times you longed for a clean slate. Didn't I meet you there with grace you couldn't earn? Strive to be a vessel of that same mercy and discover a newfound freedom as bitterness melts away. That release lightens your soul, ending the cycle of resentment. Notice how mercy merges with justice. Although I freely forgive, I also correct you when you wander down dangerous paths. My discipline isn't to break your spirit, but to steer you toward the life I designed for you, one full of goodness. Don't recoil from my loving correction. It's proof that I deeply care about your well-being. Just as a shepherd uses a staff to guide sheep away from harm, I direct you away from ruin. Embrace these moments of redirection. They are an expression of my devotion to your growth. My child, keep humility close to your heart as you step into your relationships and calling. Humility doesn't mean belittling yourself. Rather, it means seeing yourself clearly, fully loved, yet perpetually reliant on my grace. When you act in humility, you leave space for my power to move. Pride overcrowds the soul, making little room for my spirit. Humility, on the other hand, is fertile soil, absorbing the rains of blessing to produce deep and lasting growth. Pride hardens the ground, letting blessings roll away unused. Embrace humility, and my favor will follow you like an unwavering companion. Soak in the truth of my continual companionship. I never intended for you to walk alone. Remember how I walked in the cool of the day with the first humans, showing my desire for genuine relationship. Even now, I want to walk with you in life's everyday moments, when you wake, eat, work, and lay down to rest. If you invite me into the mundane, you will experience my extraordinary nearness. No elaborate ritual is necessary. Approach me with sincerity as you would a friend, and you will find that I answer with gentle care. Remember that you were made in my image. At the moment of creation, I breathed my spirit into humanity, imprinting my divine essence. That's why you're drawn to love, justice, mercy, and truth. They resonate with your spirit because they come from me. Though hardships may tarnish that reflection, it never disappears. Each day extends an invitation to polish that reflection so that my character radiates through your actions and words. Even if you feel your mirror is cracked, recall that light can still shine through broken glass. My light can create a mosaic of grace more breathtaking than a flawless surface. When conflict emerges, keep in mind my invitation to be a peacemaker. True peace isn't just absence of hostility, it's wholeness and reconciliation. This peace is rare because it requires addressing conflict directly in a spirit of love, possibly extending an olive branch when your pride wants revenge. As you serve as a peacemaker, you step into a divine calling. Peacemakers mirror my heart, for I stepped into humanity's chaos to bring them back to me. Let my example steer your interactions with others. Cherish the relationships I have woven into your life. Your family, friends, and even strangers are not random, but chances to experience love and to share it. When you feel frustrated or disappointed, bear in mind that every person you meet carries their own unseen struggles. Approach them with compassion, patience, and understanding. Though relationships can be difficult, they provide channels for my healing power to flow. When you learn to love others regardless of differences or imperfections, your own heart expands. Ask me to show you how to love more, and I will help you tear down walls you once thought unbreakable. Consider, too, the dreams and longings I've sown in your heart. Sometimes you may dismiss them as too lofty or too trivial, but I am the author of your potential. When your dreams align with my will, watch me unlock doors nobody can shut. Yes, you will face struggles that test your determination, but if you stay attuned to my timing and direction, I will faithfully lead you. Don't ignore those sparks of interest or creativity you feel. They could be the tools I use to reveal my glory. Keep your eyes fixed on me, and let these dreams become living stories of my power at work in you. Pause and give thanks for the blessings already around you. Gratitude is a powerful form of worship, refocusing your attention from what you lack to what you have. Don't overlook how transformative a thankful heart can be. Even when trouble visits, there are always pockets of blessing waiting for your notice. Each moment of gratitude fuels hope, like a candle growing brighter in a dark space. Soon, you'll see you are enveloped by countless signs of my goodness, tokens of my faithfulness that outshine any passing hardship. Be aware that I have given you a voice, through words, creativity, or acts of compassion. It's a channel for delivering my light into the world. You can choose to build up or tear down. Speaking kindly and truthfully reflects my nature. I'm not asking you to soften truth, but to share it gently and with respect. In a world full of division, your words can be like a soothing ointment. When you share my message of grace, do so humbly. You are not simply a courier. You are also a living example of my love made visible. If past regrets haunt you, bring them into my light. Carrying regret is like walking with a heavy stone in your pocket, slowing your progress. Confess them to me and let my forgiveness wash over you. Once I forgive, I also equip you to learn from what went wrong. Even your painful choices can become stepping stones toward wisdom and empathy. Recognize that every trial has shaped who you are, making you more receptive to my direction. I don't see you merely through your failures. I see you as my beloved child, forever capable of growth. Cast aside the lie that you are defined by past mistakes. My love rewrites your story with redemption. Live mindful of the testimony that your life offers. Others are watching, often without your awareness. How you handle stress, letdowns, or unforeseen detours reveals what holds you steady. Let each response bear witness to my sustaining grace. If someone asks why you remain calm in turmoil, tell them your hope rests in me. In doing so, you demonstrate that depending on my strength is more than just a theory. It's real life. By embodying hope, you give others permission to hope themselves. By choosing kindness, you open the door for healing in injured hearts. By standing for truth, you challenge the fears that hold people captive. Stay open to the fresh things I'm bringing about. I am a God of constant creation, breathing new life into what appears dormant. Do not confine me based on what has happened before. My resources stretch beyond what you can imagine, and my creativity is inexhaustible. Trust that I can offer solutions you haven't yet considered. When you pray, invite my creative power to energize your situation. Pay attention, and you will see how I introduce new paths, unfamiliar connections, or long-lost talents, just waiting for revival. Welcome these proofs of my immeasurable strength. In collective hardship, whether in your community or across the world, remember that I have not abandoned you. Let compassion lead the way, whether it's in praying, serving, or speaking words that unite. I hear the cry of those who suffer, and I raise up people willing to be my hands and feet. If you feel the tug to help, heed it. Maybe you are the very answer to someone else's desperate prayer. Act in love, trusting that I will expand your efforts. Your simple contributions can become grand demonstrations of my mercy and care. Guard your mind against the barrage of negativity, for the mind is often the battleground. Doubts and fears try to dig in. Protect yourself with truth. Bring every negative thought to me, measuring it against my word. Resist the pull to imagine the worst. Realize that your mind can be a garden of hopeful thoughts or a tangle of worry. Each one grows based on what you feed. Nurture seeds of faith, possibility, and love. When anxious thoughts swarm, offer them to me in prayer. Ask for my perspective, and let my peace fill every gap where uncertainty once thrived. This practice will soon become second nature, providing steady grounding for your emotions. Stop comparing your path with someone else's journey. I have written a unique story for you. Comparison can sow envy or plant doubts, both of which blind you to the gifts in your own life. I celebrate the variety among my children. Each one displays different callings and gifts. Rather than envying another's progress, rejoice with them, for their success does not invalidate yours. My kingdom has room for everyone to flourish. Keep your focus on your own race, run it with perseverance, and ignore jealousy and inferiority. Your competition is not with anyone else. It's about growing into who I designed you to be. Draw on the power of community, but also find time alone with me. Both are vital. I created you for connection, so seek out trustworthy people who share my heart, who can give wise insights, and who will pray for you when life feels heavy. Surround yourself with those who remind you of your true identity in me, rather than those who belittle your purpose. In unity, burdens seem lighter and joys feel greater. Sometimes you'll be the one carrying someone else's load, sharing my compassion with a soul in need. This mutual support reflects my deep love in a concrete way. Meanwhile, maintain healthy boundaries that protect your emotional and spiritual health. Loving others doesn't mean allowing them to tear you down or steer you away from truth. Ask for my wisdom to decide when to engage and when to create distance. As you apply discernment, do it humbly, not in judgment. Keep your heart open, your kindness unfeigned, and your convictions unwavering, always remembering that each person is precious to me. Invite me into all interactions so you can be both gracious and truthful. Embrace the mystery of how I work. Your human mind can only capture a glimpse of my boundless nature. There will be moments when my plans puzzle you, clashing with your personal desires. This is the breeding ground for faith, when you step forward without total clarity, relying on me regardless. If I gave every answer immediately, you'd lose the chance to develop unwavering trust. Know that I see the conclusion from the start, that my perspective spans both time and space, and that my love touches everything I do. Believe that my vantage point is perfect and that my sovereignty ensures all things work together for the good of those who love me. Let worship rise freely from your spirit, reaffirming your bond with me. Worship shifts your focus from earthly burdens to my heavenly majesty. In worship, your heart synchronizes with my spirit, allowing my peace to flow more deeply. Sing alone in your own space or join others in praise. Either way, the honesty of your heart matters more than vocal skill. Let your worship be genuine and watch burdens lift and horizons widen. If you find yourself weeping during worship, know that those tears reflect your profound dependence on my grace. Poured out in sincerity, they become precious offerings, ascending to my throne of love. Be open to the gifts I want to bestow on you. Sometimes they arrive as talents or passions, other times as discernment or a timely word for someone else. Receive these gifts humbly and share them generously, for they are meant to build others up and showcase my goodness. Let them operate in harmony with love. If you accomplish great deeds but lack compassion, the result rings hollow. But when you couple gifts with genuine love, a harvest emerges that directs people toward me. As you use what I have provided, I will entrust you with even more. Never dismiss the power of rest in me. The world celebrates non-stop effort, but I call you to find a pace of working and resting. Think about how I created day and night to guide nature's cycle of growth and renewal. Your spirit also needs these intervals of refreshment. In rest, you learn to rely on me instead of your own endless striving. In stillness, you discern my voice with greater clarity. Do not view rest as pointless idleness. View it as sacred ground where healing and renewal occur. Release the notion that you must constantly be productive and allow yourself the grace to breathe. When you pray, remember that I delight in you. Prayer is not a stale routine or a last-ditch effort when all else fails. It's the living conversation between a creator and the one I cherish. Unload your heart, your joys, sorrows, anxieties, and small triumphs, then pause to listen. Prayer is meant to be a dialogue, not just a monologue. I speak in whispers of comfort and at times gentle nudges steering you back on track. Let prayer be your daily communion, and in the commotion of life, you'll still recognize my voice. Notice the movement of creativity within you. I am the origin of all creation, and you carry my image. Creativity goes beyond painting or singing. It includes the inventive ways you solve challenges, the compassion you bring to relationships, and the spark of ideas in your work. Whenever you let creativity shine, you display an aspect of my nature. Don't stifle those urges for fear of failing or criticism. Step out, try new things, and let your imagination flow. I can use your creativity to create fresh solutions, to uplift those around you, and to instill hope where monotony held sway. Keep in mind the covenant of my love. From the dawn of time, I have bound myself to humanity in an unbreakable promise. My love will endure. This covenant stands on my unchanging loyalty, not your ability to be perfect. I am steady, extending my hand to you when you fall and offering reassurance when you doubt. No matter how tumultuous life becomes, remember this covenant as the bedrock under your feet. Let it give you confidence that my mercy is always within reach. My covenant love is the foundation that will not crumble beneath you. If discouragement darkens your spirit, recall the victories we've achieved together. Remember how I led you through past storms, how I upheld you when your own strength had run out. These memories serve as signposts of hope, declaring that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Revisiting them breathes life into your faith and banishes the shadows of current troubles. Stand on these testimonies and speak them over your life, holding them as proof of my steadfast nature. Let them fuel your determination for what lies ahead. Be attentive to the gentle convictions stirring within you. They might prompt you to take a bold leap, to apologize for a misstep, or to break away from habits that threaten your well-being. These nudges come from my spirit, persistent but not forceful. Respond swiftly, for waiting too long can mean missing valuable growth. Whatever I lead you to do serves both your good and my glory. Though you might be uneasy about the outcome, Trust that I have already lined up the resources you'll need. The moment you act in faith, new doors will open, and fear will lose its hold. Surrender your finances, your career, and your future to my guidance. In a world that rates success by wealth and rank, remember that real prosperity comes from a life yielded to me. When you honor me with what you have, I multiply it. When you commit to honesty and generosity, even at your own cost, I reward you with unanticipated blessings and a tranquil conscience. Live generously from a heart that knows every good thing originates from me. Each time you give, you break free from the grip of materialism, declaring your trust in the provider above all else. Do not forget to extend compassion toward yourself. Your journey involves constant learning and growing. You will stumble, so treat yourself with the same patience and kindness I freely offer you. When you miss the mark, own it, but also receive my forgiveness. Realign your heart and keep moving. Grant yourself the same understanding you would offer a dear friend. Self-condemnation stalls progress, but my loving correction points you to a higher path. Take lessons from each misstep and walk on without the burden of shame, better informed than you were before. Realize that a spiritual dimension truly exists, actively affecting your life. You have an enemy who wants to sow fear and division, but you also have me, the all-powerful one who has never been overcome. Fight darkness by anchoring yourself in my truth. Saturate yourself in my word to the point where it becomes an unbreakable shield. Lies from the enemy cannot stand when you wield the sword of my truth. Dress yourself in the spiritual armor I provide: righteousness, faith, salvation, and the gospel of peace. Only then can you hold your ground against every scheme. You are victorious, not by your personal might, but by my spirit strengthening you. Observe the world I spoke into being, the turning leaves, the towering mountains, the life-filled seas. They each reflect a facet of my creativity, power, and exactness. Let these wonders lead you into worship. When you witness a sunrise, think about my unwavering care. When you hear birds singing, let their song remind you to praise as well. By embracing nature's rhythms, you rediscover awe and reconnect with the vastness of who I am, balanced by my intimate care for your every need. If there is a particular blessing you've been awaiting, healing, provision, or a changed situation, do not lose hope while waiting. A delay isn't a denial. I see the right moment for everything. In the waiting, I am often working quietly to prepare your heart and the environment for what's to come. This waiting period is sacred, allowing your trust to deepen, your outlook to sharpen, and your character to refine. When your blessing arrives, you'll appreciate my handiwork even more. Don't let impatience overshadow the important lessons I'm teaching you. Continue planting seeds of faith, certain the harvest will be right on time. Worry depletes you, obscuring my goodness already present in your life. Worry signals that you're looking at things you can't control, rather than focusing on me, the one who rules over all. I invite you to replace your worry with worship, your panic with prayer. Each time anxiety floods your mind, make it a cue to seek my perspective. In that place, my peace fosters an atmosphere where answers may emerge. Where fear clouds your sight, faith brings clarity. Let's turn every worry into an invitation to know me more intimately. Uphold integrity in every aspect of life, public or private. Let your actions mirror my standards. Compromise might seem an appealing shortcut, but it will corrode the bedrock of your soul. A life built on deceit or quick fixes can't withstand trials, while a life rooted in honesty remains solid. When you choose integrity, you align yourself with my holiness. People might not be able to name what they sense in you, but they will notice the reflection of my presence through your consistent choices. I will help you stand tall when the world tempts you to bend. Hold fast to joy, for it springs from me, not from shifting circumstances. Such joy can stand strong even in fierce storms, because it grows out of the certainty that I am your safe haven. Allow yourself to laugh and to find delight in everyday blessings. Joy isn't about ignoring reality. It's a hearty assurance grounded in my ongoing work for your good. Spread that joy around through a smile, an encouraging word, or a positive spirit. As you radiate joy, you show the world that hope remains and life is precious because of my eternal love. Reflect on how impactful your personal story can be. When you tell others how I have intervened in your life, you shine a light on what's possible. Stories of redemption, healing, or how I provided in tough times counter the gloom of despair. They act like seeds of hope in hearts that listen, hinting that perhaps I can do the same for them. Don't hold back your testimony, even if it's still unfolding. The honesty of your journey can deeply resonate with those who yearn for hope. Each testimony is another page in the grand narrative of my grace across the earth. Carry my light everywhere you go. You don't need a stage or a title to illuminate my love. Your workplace, your neighborhood, and your household are all mission fields in need of my presence. Simple gestures of kindness or a listening ear offered in my name can soften hearts and direct them toward me. Refuse the idea that you must be flawless before you can be used for my purposes. I shine powerfully through anyone who is simply willing. I will equip you with words and align divinely orchestrated encounters if you remain open and obedient. Stay anchored in my eternal promises. No matter what unfolds, my word does not come back empty. It accomplishes exactly what I intend. In times of conflict, disaster, or sudden adversity, hold on to these promises as your lifeline in stormy seas. My word stands firm like a stone that the strongest waves cannot move. As you embed my promises within you, they frame how you perceive life. This viewpoint shapes your reactions, empowering resilience and compassion even when the storm rages at its worst. The clarity of my word directs you to safety. Let me speak directly to any lingering shame or guilt. My precious child, I paved a way for you to live in freedom, beyond the grasp of your errors. The cost has been met, removing every debt you could never pay. Embrace this offering of grace. Let gratitude take the place of shame. If those old failures resurface, use them to remember my forgiveness and the transformation I've brought you. You are free. Believe it, say it, and live it. Let my healing light saturate every piece of your conscience until you stand liberated. Never forget that I am your ultimate source of love. Human relationships, no matter how lovely, may falter. My love, however, does not change. It isn't swayed by your emotional shifts or your ups and downs. It has been a constant blaze since before time and will remain when all else has faded. If you feel unloved by others, run back to me. Let me show you how I value and recognize every detail about you. My love is the crystal water that quenches the thirst nothing else can satisfy. Move with assurance into the calling I have put on your life, whether that involves tending to the hurting, striving for integrity in business, or healing through medical skill. Carry it out in my name. Resist the urge to envy anyone else's path. I've given you a particular circle of influence and the talents required to glow there. Take each step bravely, even if you can't see the entire way. Rejoice over small gains and persist in your journey. In the end, you'll see that every step grew your character and that my grace was more than enough every time. Step toward me in faith, my beloved. Recognize my closeness as both a source of comfort and a call to a life set apart. My presence isn't passive. It actively shapes you to reflect my purity. Allow my holiness to remove the illusions and idols trying to overshadow me in your heart. Release them willingly, for they can never fulfill you. The more room you create for me, the more you will experience true joy, transcending any external factors. My holiness readjusts your desires, making you long for what is just, pure, and uplifting. Choose daily to forgive others, yourself, and even circumstances beyond your control. Life is too brief and too sacred to let old bitterness pile up in your spirit. Each day, invite me to expose any hidden resentments in you. Let my love dissolve them like sugar in hot tea, sweetening your attitude so grace flows naturally. Forgiveness is a powerful choice driven by my spirit. You might feel the wounds run too deep, but recall that I bring healing beyond anything that makes sense to the world. Choosing forgiveness opens a door to peace and the possibility of healing relationships. In moments of triumph, do not forget where your help comes from. Pride may try to persuade you that you alone earned your victory, but humility understands I was guiding the resources, the connections, and even your very breath to make it happen. Honor me for every breakthrough, remaining a thankful steward of all you receive. Humility not only shields you from arrogance, it also expands your capacity for blessing and influence. People will notice that your life stands on something more solid than your own achievements. Lift up your eyes and see the horizon brimming with promises I've laid out for you. Let your faith fan the flames of possibility. Don't let the fear of what could go wrong paralyze you. Step ahead, confident that I journey with you. In your prayers, match your requests to my boundless power. Dream with expectation, even if you only witness the beginning of answers. Each partial glimpse is part of the masterpiece I'm unveiling. Though waiting tests your patience, it also stretches your capacity to relish my miracles as they unfold. Celebrate every hint of progress. Just like dawn arrives gradually, sometimes my work in your life is revealed in small increments, rather than in sudden bursts. Each move forward affirms that I'm present and active, and every bit of growth offers another reason to rejoice. Keep track of even the smallest improvements so that doubt can't overshadow the truth of my continuing work. Let these small victories be a path of praise, guiding you deeper into my presence. Cherish my word like a treasure map, leading you to the riches of wisdom, comfort, and divine insight. Don't just read it mechanically, ponder it, and invite my spirit to shine a light on its meaning for you. Above all else, remember that you are loved without limit. Love isn't just part of who I am, it is my very essence. Each day, open yourself anew to the steady current of that love. Feel it rain gently on the dry places in your heart, replacing doubt, fear, and sorrow. You are never disqualified from receiving my love. Let this reality anchor you in a world that often feels unstable. Draw upon this inexhaustible well of love to speak kindly, act justly, and walk humbly. As you become a mirror of my love, you'll serve as a living testament to those yearning for a steadfast love. I am always with you, tireless, inexhaustible, eternal. Dwell in my presence, and your life will yield fruit that endures. In moments of weariness, find rest in my arms. When you feel overlooked, remember I see you in vivid detail and hold your worth beyond measure. Lift your voice to me in prayer and worship, trusting that I listen intently. No question is too small, no pain too deep, and no joy too trivial for me. Walk forward with the certainty that I guide every step. Let your life testify of grace, redemption, and the unstoppable might of my love. My precious child, as you step away from these words, remember that I am with you every moment, guiding your steps and filling your heart with divine strength. If you have felt my love and heard my call in this message, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss the continual outpouring of hope, grace, and truth I share with you. Return again and again, and let us journey together in my everlasting light. Amen.